How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Adam talking about the company Castor Maritime CTRM, a company that I'm very bullish on. I've been in the company since it was 17 cents. I am not looking to exit the company anytime soon, as I am actually heavily invested. I've been buying almost every single dip that I ended up averaging all the way to 41 cents. I'm very happy with my position. I'm looking to stay in there for the long term. However, let's talk about some future catalysts. I'll be sharing with you the insider activity, who has been buying the company, is it still worth the buy, what do we have expecting this coming week, and actually some of my price targets. Please don't take this as financial advice, as I'm not a financial advisor, and do your own research. Let's get started. In a nutshell, Castor Maritime is a dry bulk shipping company that actually ships commodities all over the world like grains, minerals, etc. A few months ago, the company actually had more than 4 or 5 even offerings. I've been in the company since it was 17 cents. It went all the way to 26 cents, all the way up to 30 cents, and then back to 17 cents as the company actually had more than 4 or even 5 offerings. All these offerings actually make people think that the company is being manipulated. However, the company actually came out and doubled their fleet size, which is in point goes along with the cash that they have actually collected. Only goes to show that the company is not greedy for money. If anything, they're trying to expand, unlike so many other companies that I used to be a fan of, but because of the greedy CEO, I'm actually out. Now, the fact that the company is actually debt-free, I could care less if they sell paper clips. I'm in heavily for the long term because debt-free means zero interest expense. That's a big deal because they won't have interest expense eating into their cash flow, which will increase the speed in which they actually get profitable, which eventually should be reflected in the share price and make us investors even happier. Now, the article that came out about the short squeeze is an article that actually talks about the short-term squeeze that we might get to see. I could care less if actually we see a squeeze. I am not cashing out anytime soon. If anything, I'm looking to even add more as the hype will go down after the short squeeze, if it were to happen. If you actually read the article in details, it actually talks about why this company should be a long-term investment rather than just a short squeeze. Please keep in mind that the company CTRM is in almost the same industry as a company called Top Ships, a company with the ticker symbol TOPS. This industry is actually increasing as the pandemic is actually getting decreased due to vaccinations coming out. If anything, CTRM is actually onto something even bigger than Tops. If anything, it is actually on a reversal. It only goes to show you that this kind of industry is very important, and because of the pandemic, because of what is happening recently with the ties being cut off between China and the US, share prices of these dry bulk shipping companies have actually decreased. But hey, CTRM is actually on a rebound. They actually doubled their fleet size because of all the cash they have actually collected from the offerings. Their CEO is actually onto something big, has proven to actually bring earnings into the company. He's not just hungry for money, unlike some other companies that actually collect offerings left and right, and we haven't seen expansion in the company itself. Now, who has been buying into the company? If you look at Yahoo Finance, you will see that actually the major holders are institutions. I don't see much insider activity. I would love to see at least 5% insider activity into the company, which is something I'm actually expecting coming ahead. However, you can see institutions holding about 13%, which is a decent percentage. I've actually seen a bearish article coming out stating that there are actually zero insider activity, zero institutions holding the company, which is just a lie. Now let's talk about some price targets. Coming ahead, since the company actually stayed above $1 for the past 10 days or so, we are expected to see the Nasdaq compliance coming out, which would help the stock price go up. And then we have actually the reporting of the earnings. I'm not expecting huge earnings as the company just started actually collecting the cash and actually buying new vessels. The key here is actually putting these vessels into use and generating income for the company, which actually will drive the share price even higher in the long term. So I'm not really expecting much out of the earnings being reported. If anything, it might actually go up just because of hype. And as I stated before, I'm in it for the long term and I'm very bullish on the company. Don't take this as a financial advice. Please do your own research. So let's go over some resistance and support coming ahead for the week. If you look at the 4 hours and the 1 month chart, you can see that the first resistance we have is $1.07. If we do break that resistance, we can go ahead and see that we have another strong resistance at $1.17. Keep in mind that the moment you break a resistance, it becomes support, and if you actually break the support, it actually becomes a resistance. So heading ahead, we have also at 135 followed by 150 is a very strong resistance. So if actually we can make it above 150, we are in a good position, followed by 165 and then 175, and then you have 184, and the highest it ever reached is at 195, 196. Above that, we can actually go ahead and expect that we can see above the $2 mark. With that being said, I'm a long-term investor on CTRM. The company seems to have a lot of potential and it's actually on the rock bottom, so we actually should be expecting to shoot off from here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, as these videos actually take a long time to make. And it's been a pleasure seeing you guys. Stay safe, stay well, make money, and see you next video.